Hello everyone, welcome to Bankalip channel. In this video, I want to discuss the issue of Ikoyi building collapse that claimed the life of the owner of the building, Mr. Femi Oshibonon, also known as Femi Fosco, and also claimed the life of so many people that were in the building. I'm making this video because something is disturbing to me about the philosophy of Femi Fosco, who believes that he can disregard the rules and codes and still be doing the will of God. This is how we have been misled by a lot of religious clerics over the years who told us that if we are children of God, we don't have to follow rules. This is very wrong because someday there will be consequence for every bad behavior. He has been doing this over the years in the UK and he has been getting away with it. But one day your sin will find you out. Another issue I discussed in this video is Femi Fosco believed that God directed him to go to Nigeria. His pastor, Pastor Ashimolowo, also told him the same thing, that God asked him to go to Nigeria. And Nigeria is where he actually met his death. Could it be that God set him up? Enjoy this video and let me know what you think.
Stoke Newington. It was a big house. After I bought the house, I converted it into 3 flats. And this is very interesting. I applied, there was a big house, I applied for a 2-story extension. The council wanted to write 2-story. They made a mistake. They wrote 3-story. So when we started developing it, some neighbors went to report. You know, when you have a 2-story in London, you can't do a 3-story. A 2-story must go all the way. So they went to report me to the council, and the council came and said they made a mistake. They agreed that they made a mistake. So I should not do the 3-story. Anyway, I went up and did the 3-story. Then we went for a committee. At the committee, I won. So that's how we did the 3-story. So there was this house I bought in London. It's still existing today. They call it Fosco Mansions in Hackney, 113 Albion Drive. I bought that land. Sorry, it was a pub. I bought a pub. The pub was to be demolished, then apply for planning permission to develop a 5-story building. Now, I wanted to do 5 floors. Then again, by the time the planning approval came in again, the council made some mistakes. They wanted to write 6-story. They made the mistake. They wrote 7-story. Anyway, that's how we did it.
After a successful exploit in breaking rules and disregarding codes, he decided to consult his pastor to know the next step to take, where next to go. Listen to what happened.
My tips and built 12 apartments in London. Built 12 apartments in London. If you know London, if you know a part called Hackney, there's a part of Hackney called London Fields. He built 12 apartments there, sold 8, he sold 8, kept 4. Then he came to me again, Pastor Matthew, lay hands on me. Where should I go again? After I laid hands the first time I built that, he said, where should I go again? I want to go to South Africa. Please pray for me. I prayed for him. Ladies and gentlemen, he went to South Africa, built 125 houses in the highbrow area of Pretoria. What's the name? Centurion. Centurion is next door to Johannesburg. 125 houses. Highbrow area. Broke through. Exponential. Then he calls me, said, where are you, sir? I want to come to you. I said, I'm in Ghana preaching. He jumps on the plane and flies to Ghana from South Africa. He comes. He said, where should I go again? I said, look, I'm not your financial advisor. Go and meet your financial advisor. He said, you are doing better than them. Oh. So I lay hands on him, prayed for him. I said, go to Nigeria, your country.
Then Micaiah said, therefore hear the word of the Lord. I saw the Lord sitting on his throne, and all the host of heaven standing by, on his right hand and on his left. And the Lord said, who will persuade Ahab to go up, that he may fall at Ramoth Gilead? So one spoke in this manner, and another spoke in that manner. Then a spirit came forward and stood before the Lord, and said, I will persuade him. The Lord said to him, in what way? So he said, I will go out and be a lying spirit in the mouth of all his prophets. And the Lord said, you shall persuade him, and also prevail. Go out and do so.
Femi comes to Lagos, he builds, boom, he buys a land in Ikoyi, he builds 40 apartments and sold each one for like $1 million. Each one. As I'm talking to you right now, in fact, this morning, Femi sends me a video. He's building, I think, 3 towers together on Alexander. If you know Ikoyi, 3 towers together on Alexander. One is 14 floors, one is 16 floors, one is 21 floors.
2008, I was in London, and God spoke to me that the time of Nigeria has come. God spoke to me. I was in London and said, my son, Nigeria. Remember, I was in South Africa.
Yeah.
I had it clearly. I saw Nigeria. That's there.
40.
Yes. That was my first development. You know, it was quite interesting. I did it. Things went well. But remember, that was my first project in Nigeria. We made a lot of mistakes. It was a learning point. For example, when I first came to Nigeria, I believed in consultants so much. If an architect tells me something, I will do whatever it tells me to do. If an IMANI tells me something, I will do whatever it tells me to do. When my structural engineer tells me something, I do whatever it tells me to do. It was later that I realized that lots of people, they just know about the book. They do not understand the practical aspect of the work. You understand?
Now, because of his success, he believes that he doesn't have to listen to anyone anymore because now he knows it all. He doesn't listen to his consultants, his professionals, because now he believes that he knows more than them and wiser than them. The letter displayed on the screen is the letter of rescission of contract by his consultant, who could no longer continue with the contract because of the attitude of Femi's call and his total disregard of building and construction code.
For example, I remember we bought 1,000 kVA generator. They told me to buy 1,000 kVA generator, my money. I decided to buy 800. Guess what? We never used 800, we've sold it now. The highest we are using is 500. You know, so I learned a lot. And I just made up my mind that, you know what? Let me actually do something that has not been done before. I want to do something in that. You know, now I was at rest. I was ready. I understand the system. I understand the terrain. You know, I'm in charge.
Then he spoke a parable to them, saying, the ground of a certain rich man yielded plentifully. And he thought within himself, saying, what shall I do, since I have no room to store my crops? So he said, I will do this. I will pull down my barns and build greater, and there I will store all my crops and my goods. And I will say to my soul, soul, you have many goods laid up for many years. Take your ease, eat, drink, and be merry. But God said to him, fool, this night your soul will be required of you. Then whose will those things be which you have provided? So is he who lays up treasure for himself, and is not rich toward God.
For those who can connect the sequence of this video together, you will realize that the essence of this video is not to mock anyone, but to give us the right attitude towards God. Not all the voice we hear is from God. Some voice are there to destroy us, especially when we are not clean, when we become corrupt. In addition, play your part and let professionals play their part. Nobody knows it all. You are not an island of knowledge. And know this, God will not do for a man what a man can do for himself. Thank you for watching this video. Bye.